So this woman was fired from her job for making these comments.
Fuck out of here. You're really not welcome in this state or this country.
You are wearing scrubs. You work with
it
people
doesn't matter.
of all culture.
What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
you're
religion.
Not educated
not
about
a religion.
It.
I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are welcome.
This is not a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. And
Stop
you need
looking
to leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
You need to leave.
You're not welcome here.
We have citizenship
Why do you work
here.
in healthcare if you're like
You need to leave. You need to go back to your Islamic country where you came from. Okay?
No.
Everybody's aware of why you're here.
No.
Okay, so don't think that we don't know, and don't think you're gonna get away with it.
I'm pretty sure we're kind people, but you're not being kind, so you can get out of here. You're not welcome.
And see you here in a Facebook post, which this went viral on, from Massage Forest. It says, in light of recent events that have come to our attention, she is no longer employed by Massage Forest, effective immediately. We respect our clients and are inclusive of everyone's belief and do not support her views at all. Now, why she's saying they worship a pedophile is because they worship Muhammad. Muhammad was 53 years old whenever he married a 6-year-old Aisha, and then he consummated or took advantage of her whenever she was 9 years old. That's why she's saying that if they worship a pedophile, not to mention Muhammad took multiple wives and killed hundreds, if not thousands of people. Sometimes he killed people just for mocking him. Here we have this other Texas woman doing something similar.
I proclaim the name of the Lord Jesus Christ over the capital of Texas. I stand against Islam and the false prophet Muhammad. Islam will never dominate the United States, and by the grace of God, it will not dominate Texas.
Of course, she did it in a way better way. Instead of just saying, why don't you get out and go home, go back to your country. Just last year, Valentina Gomez did this.
Islam is the religion of rape, incest, and pedophilia, where they bow down to a stupid rock and a false prophet. I will never mention
It's crazy how most of the women are the ones that are standing up and doing this kind of stuff. It's mostly women I see doing this kind of stuff. Of course, you have like Jake Lang and stuff like that. Slapping the Quran with bacon and doing all this other stupid stuff. So of course this woman was doxxed on the internet and she was fired, and now they started a GoFundMe where they already raised like $10,000 for her. So this woman went about it in the wrong way. You don't just go up to people in the grocery store and just say, hey, we don't like your kind around here. We don't take kindly to Muslims around here. We don't take kindly to your type around here. And also, these women, they sound like they speak pretty good English, so they were most likely American. They're probably American citizens, which America has the freedom of religion. That is written in our Constitution. We do have freedom of religion in this country. Don't let these people are going to try to divide us on religion, on race, on politics, on gender, on everything else in the book. They're going to try to divide us so that way we fight each other. The Muslims are growing at a rapid rate. They're having 7, 8, 9 kids, and Americans and Christians are having 1, 0, 2. And these Muslims are having a lot of kids. We've already seen happen in Canada. A lot of cities are being completely taken over by the Muslim community, you know, and we have to differentiate the difference between Islamists and Muslims. The Muslims are kind of just religious, mostly peaceful people. The Islamists or the jihadists, the Hamas, the Hezbollah, the ISIS, the Al-Qaeda, the Taliban. Those are the extremists, the extreme Islamic Muslims. Those are the ones that are beheading people and want to kill Christians and doing this terrorist stuff in the Middle East. So Muslims are different from the Islamists. Number one, we have to get politicians that can't be bought and paid for. We have to get elected politicians that are not going to be paid under the table to allow this sort of immigration to take place and opening up so many different mosques. And if we want to keep Texas and keep America a Christian nation, then we have to get Christians elected into office that cannot be bought and paid for, that cannot be bribed under the table. We have to get people with actual values, but that's never going to happen because every single politician can be bought and paid for. Everybody has a price. But also, a lot of Muslims are fleeing the Middle East because of what Israel is doing in the Middle East. Israel is trying to do the Greater Israel Project, where they take over Palestine and parts of Lebanon and parts of Turkey and maybe parts of Jordan. And they're trying to take over a lot of these parts, a lot of these regions, to control the Middle East. That's why a lot of Muslims are leaving out of there to get away from Israel and the U.S. strikes. Also to get away from Sharia law, because they don't agree with a lot of what the extremists, of what a lot of the radical Islam people are doing over there. That's also why they want to flee those countries, and they want more freedom than what they have over there instead of living in Sharia law. So in my opinion, this lady went about it in the wrong way. I don't like it when people get doxxed or people get fired, but I understand as an employer, you have to protect your business and you have to look out for the best interest in yourself. But on the other side of the token, this is America. This is freedom of speech. We should be able to say what we feel, as long as we're not breaking any laws or doing anything to harm people or cause violence. Then I think that we should be able to say what's on our heart, what's on our minds, and how we truly feel. Now, if it's your business and that goes against what you believe in, you have every right to terminate this lady. I don't think she should have been terminated, but I understand the business side where the company had to let her go to look out for themselves.